All right, well, today is the day that I've been waiting for. We got our raised wheels, we got our Falcon RT660 sticky tires here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mate them together. So I'm gonna mount the tires on the wheels. What you guys didn't see is off camera, I snatched our TPMS sensors out of the factory wheel and tire setup. I just went ahead and swapped them with regular valve stems back onto the car. Now we wanna put these on when we lower it at the same time, so it looks good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get these prepped, mounted, balanced, and aired up so that once we get the thing lowered, we can slap these on and it's gonna look sick. Man, I love new wheels. It's a lot of meat direct to your door. This is a lot of meat for the back of this Mustang. It's a 305/30/19 in Falcon's stickiest compound. So I'm hoping this is gonna be good enough to hook this Mustang up with the stock power. It should be. Now I know all you Mustang experts out there are saying, only 305s, you could've went 315. I know, could've went a little bit bigger had I had custom made wheels. You can run a 19 or 20 by 11.5 out back, which is prime for a 315 as long as you get the offset right. We picked a wheel in a box, which is off the shelf. This is the most aggressive wheel fitment and offset that we could get in this particular wheel. 305 will be enough tire to fill up this wheel and fill up the wheel well and be just fine. All right, well, now that the tires are mounted up on the wheels, they're aired up, got my sensors on, it's time to use our Ranger equipment and get these things balanced. So far, so good. We've got very little amount of weights going on this first front one. It's always imperative to get your yellow dots on your tires lined up with your valve stems so that you don't have to put a lot of weights on. I'm putting a total of 1.25 ounces on this wheel and tire, which is really good. The less weights, the better. And the front ones are always really important because they're your drive wheels, and if you don't get them balanced properly, you'll get a vibration in the steering wheel, or could get a vibration in the steering wheel. Hey, that's what we like to see. Zeros means the amount of weights and where I placed them is actually perfect, and this wheel balances out to 0. That means we're not gonna get any weird vibrations or shaking in our steering wheel, and the car's gonna drive nice. I'm happy about that.
For me, this is like Christmas morning, coming in to see like every tool you can ever imagine right here. And now we get to outfit the shop and make it super sick. All
right, well, as you guys saw, we had a heap of gear wrench tools come in. Ricky and I sorted through them and got them all stuck in the 3 toolkits that they sent us. We went ahead and chose this as our final home because we are gonna be adding another piece of equipment to the shop very soon. You guys are gonna have to wait to see what that is. We went ahead and moved the tools up here to the front wall. Inside the cabinets, we've got all the tools put away already, all nice and organized. Super happy to have gear wrench on board. I mean, if we ever need a wrench, I think we got it covered from every size and every type. We really appreciate it, and having tool support means the world to us. We've been doing this for 5 years now, and we've just been using ragtag tools that Ricky and I picked up from wherever. And now we have more than what we need here to do whatever job we need to tackle. You know what I love about cars that aren't lowered yet? It's easy to put on the lid.
Got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through them.
I will say, like, everything looks super easy to work on. Like, look where the starter is. You can just fully access the starter. Everything, exhaust, like, this is definitely a car that's meant to be tinkered with. They designed it very well, it appears. everything is super simple to get to. I got the air tools out. That can only mean one thing. Wheels and tires are coming off. As you guys saw, I already mounted the new wheels and tires, and I already scabbed the tire pressure sensors out of this setup and just put regular Schrader valves in for now, so I could get the other wheels and tires ready to just toss on. So I'm gonna pop these off. These will hopefully be the last time these are on this car.
They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm calling. The phone is something that's why they call it. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The flow and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause check out problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the.
So if you haven't figured it out by now, we're gonna go ahead and toss our ST suspension, my choice custom coilovers on this car. And we're also gonna put the new wheels and tires on. In order to do so, we gotta undo a lot of the factory stuff, sensors and things like that, before we can just start undoing nuts and bolts. You're probably wondering why I'm not gonna be throwing on all of our Steeda suspension parts at this time as well. And that's because I wanna modify this car little by little. I wanna see what incremental changes we do make, and then how we can improve upon that as we bolt things on. And it'll give me a better idea of how the car reacts to what changes we're doing, instead of just throwing everything at it at once. I think this is a good method. This is what we've always done. So we'll go ahead and just do coilovers and wheels and tires now, see how that does for the car, and then we'll move on to the other Steeda bits. All right, well, first strut is out. That is the passenger side strut. And next to it, I've got our ST XTA set up here with camber adjustability. Man, is it a nice setup. I can't wait to put these on. But before we do so, this is actually a 2 3/4 inch hole saw that you can buy from Steeda with this, what looks like a Delrin insert, to make sure that basically that's a pilot for this hole right here. We need to drill this while the strut is out for obvious reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock the hole in this real quick, and then we'll do the passenger side as well, get that done so we can just slap the coilovers in. All right, well, as you can see, with the proper tool, that is an easy job. I went ahead and cleaned up the edge so that it's not sharp in any way. That's going to allow us the ability to adjust our camber on the camber plate on our STs right here. So once we bolt this in, we should have full access to that top camber plate. Let's see how it works. All right, well, they made these Mustangs pretty easy to work on. I've already got this strut freed up, and I can go ahead and pull it out now, barring it's not connected to anything. Nope, all out. I'll go put this on the bench. So there they are. And now I gotta move on to cutting the hole on the other side with our Steeda strut tower bit, which will make it easy like this. So we're gonna take 5/8 of an inch out of whatever they had it adjusted at. What do you think about that, Victor?
Sounds good.
We're gonna go 1 inch.
Sounds like it's gonna be low.
The nice thing is it's all fresh and new, so it's easy to adjust.
Should paint the calipers while we're in there.
Should paint them floral yellow. That's what I think.
Yep.
We've never done that before.
Nope.
Look at those charge stang springs though, buddy. Charge stang. All right, there's 1 inch. So we've gone down 5/8 of an inch from the factory setting, which I don't know if the factory setting is actually as anything at all, to be honest. One thing I didn't tell you guys was that Steeda is actually sending over their billet upper mounts that come with urethane inserts in them. So we'll go ahead and replace these onto our STs for now. But when the billet parts from Steeda show up, we're gonna go ahead and pop those onto the coilovers. For now, these are gonna have to do. So the question is, these go on top? Should we go all the way down?
Yeah, send it.
Gear wrench for the win. Interesting. One really cool thing we got coming, that we got from Steeda is actually, because you can see this hole, this giant hole right here for the subframe bolt to go through, but there's just a bolt size hole at the chassis. So this subframe can actually be off by probably almost a ½ an inch left or right, depending on how you put the bolts in, because this hole's so big. The Steeda kit we got actually aligns the independent rear suspension subframe. It actually aligns everything with these dowel pins that go in. Then you put the bolts in to make sure everything is square and straight. I can't wait to put those in. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and break into these Ford Performance open-ended Acorns instead of the factory ones, because they won't fit with our new wheels anyway, so these will. These are also gonna get used when we put the new ARP studs in. She looks a little pokey, but I'm pretty sure when it goes down, Nick, it's gonna suck it in if it goes down that far.
Ooh, baby.
Still on the lift in the back, so that's a good thing. Front looks pretty low. I'm not mad at that fitment. Honestly, you could probably, I have the camber full negative on the factory camber adjustment right now, so I could probably straighten it up a little bit or add a 10 mil. Good meaty fitment though. Alright guys, what's a couple days later? I had a chance to drive the car this weekend. Took it on a coastal cruise up and down the coast of San Diego, and man, the ST suspension, XTA suspension is exactly what this car needed, with the adjustable camber plates up front and the dampening adjustability, make it a perfect setup for this platform. I love the way it performs. I also love the way it looks. So we were able to lower the car quite aggressively over top of our new raised 57 DR wheels and our Falcon RT660 tires, which are super grippy. And this car is a whole new animal now with this setup on it. I cannot wait to throw the Brembo brakes and all the new other suspension parts that we have coming for this car. It is going to be an absolute machine to drive and take to the track. So I'm looking forward to that. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section down below, if it's something you would have done differently or maybe something we missed. Let's hear it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We'll see you in the next one.